Some scary videos don't get filmed by accident because they are being documented by paranormal investigators, or sometimes they're even pranked or staged. However, in today's video, we are going to be sharing with you 5 scary videos that have been filmed by accident. These videos are definitely not staged and weren't intended to be scary. If you're the brave one, then watch until the end. Now come, let's begin this video by introducing you to something super spooky. At number 5, we have a ghost girl. Now I'm sure most of you won't believe this, but ghosts do exist around us. And though we may not be able to see them, their existence can be caught on camera, just like this one here. A man complained that his house was always a mess after he returned from work, despite no one being around all day. So, with the help of a friend, he set up a camera on which his door would be visible. He thought that someone was breaking into his house and making a mess of it. So just to be sure, he did this. But this guy didn't know that he was in for a surprise. The thing making a mess of his place every time was nothing else but a ghost of a girl. Watch the clip carefully. At the beginning of the video, everything appears to be normal, but a few seconds in, an apparition comes out of nowhere and takes the form of a young girl with a ponytail. Now watch the clip again. It does seem like the ghost of a girl who knows she may have lived in the same house once upon a time, which is why she seems to be heading straight into that man's home. After a few seconds, the man then enters his own home. But after gathering this footage, I hope the man now knows the reason for his house being a mess whenever he leaves. Now, if this had happened to you, what would you do? Let us know in the comments section below. And now, at number 4, we have the abandoned house in the woods. The only piece of advice I can give you is if you ever come across an abandoned home, is to avoid going ghost hunting by yourself, because you never know when you might meet or see someone. Now, an individual who appears to be visiting the area alone took this video, and I'm sure he must have gone there just to see what was in the house. But before we tell you everything he's about to see, let's just take it one step at a time. So the man is seen walking into a deserted home in the woods where he decides to start filming. Nothing unusual greets him as he walks inside the house. He moves to turn on the lights and begins documenting the inside of the home. The house looks like it's been abandoned for a long time based on how disorganized it appears to be. The cabinet doors on the kitchen counter appear to be open, and the ceiling seems to be torn apart. The man then starts moving into another adjacent room where he meets the devil. Is that a ghost? Or does it appear to be a man in a mask? The thing just appeared out of nowhere and then vanished, so whatever it wasn't there for long. Just wait, let's watch it in slow motion now. So, what do you think it is? Is that a masked man? If it is, then why would he be wearing a mask in the house? And even if it wasn't a man, could it have been a ghost? Let us know what you think it might be. Now we're heading to some creepier ones, so brace yourselves. If you've reached here, we've got some more in store for you. Moving on to number 3, we've got the hospital ghost. So you might be thinking that hospitals aren't haunted, but let me tell you a fact. They might just be the most haunted places, considering that more people die in hospitals alone than anywhere else in the world. Well, this video footage here was taken by a man who seems to have caught the ghost red-handed, making these weird whistling sounds. These nurses seem to be on their night shift, and just then the person who hears the weird sounds starts filming the area of the floor that they are on, and he claims that these noises are often heard every day. So obviously, he gets curious and checks out what's actually making the noise. Another nurse joins him, and they then start following the noise. As the man films, they hear a certain whistling noise at the end of the corridor. They then notice that the whistling sound is coming from a room. As the man starts to get closer to the room, the door slides on its own, but they don't seem to be scared. So do you think it's a ghost? And if it really is, it may be the ghost of a person who died in that same room. What do you think? Well, for number 2, the woman who was burned to death. We sure are getting closer to the scariest one on the list, but let's see what we have to show you now. Let me ask you a question again. Do you believe that ghosts exist around us? Well, if you still said no, then we have got some solid evidence that they do. Here, a number of paranormal investigators are investigating a village that was abandoned in the 1800s. The settlers living nearby claim that they could hear noises of screaming and yelling in this particular area. So this group of investigators is checking out the area to see what's behind the commotion. The houses in this village seem to be numbered in order, and they were all said to be haunted. The team of paranormal investigators then set up a camera outside of every house so that they could record thermal signals if anything actually appeared. However, to their surprise, they noticed something in house number 3. Watch the clip as this group tries to contact the spirit that might be living there. Someone does answer them, and just then one of them notices thermal footage of something moving about the house. They then rush towards the house and find that a person was actually seen coming out of the house through the door and then entering again. So watch that again. Did you see it? Well, there really seems to be a ghost still haunting the area, and it's been caught on camera. But what do you think? Was that someone from the group, or was it really a ghost? Well, legend says that a woman was burned to death in that same house. So was it her who is still lurking around? And finally, we have come to the number 1 scary video that was accidentally filmed by a camera: The Daughter and the Demon. We sure have watched our share of scary movies where kids could actually see ghosts. However, this one was definitely not expected. This video was taken by a mother who claims to hear her daughter speaking with someone else. And to her surprise, she does actually see the most terrifying thing ever. The small girl in the video seems to be talking to someone in the room as she holds a soft toy and a book on her lap. But as she talks, something in the room seems to be turning the pages for her. Take a look at that again. Do you see the book's pages being flipped? It wasn't the lady's daughter. So who do you think it might be? Now, if you have reached the end of this video, then I might as well congratulate you on making it through. You're a brave soul. Click the like button if you enjoyed watching these scary videos. Share it with your friends. And if you do enjoy, subscribe to the channel for more spooky stuff just like this. Thank you for watching.